Well, we can jump in. What questions does everyone have? Okay, Kika.
So, my big challenge writing novels is plot development, partly because I'm a poet. I can go into internal dialogue and thoughts, and I can go into setting and details, but creating like that arc. How did you learn how, because all the book I read, has just such a perfect arc. Like, how did you learn that, and how did you come to be so skilled in that?
Right. So when I start, I have three different kind of methods I go by, and I think I've blended them together. So when I started writing fiction, I started looking because I wasn't a creative writer at all. So I had to look up, okay, what is the plot format for a book? You have the introduction, you have the point that kind of launches the story, and then you have the story, and then you have the climax, and then you have resolution, right? So I took a course on like the 3 act play version where you have the introduction, the middle, and the end, which are basically in thirds, and then you have that kind of plot structure. I think it's from To Write a Cat or something about a cat in a play or something like that.
Save
But
the cat.
Save the Cat. Thank you, Joe. And then I took a class on the hero's journey. And the lady, she was a screenwrite. She taught screenwriting, but the whole class was on looking at Disney movies and which are basically hero movies, right? And a hero's journey of and so I've kind of patterned more off that a little bit, especially for the young adult audience, because sometimes like in a resolution you see like something go down and then you have just kind of a tailing off, maybe a little bit in adult stories, whereas the resolution in YA books, I feel like you stay at the top, right? You stay at that high energy level and things keep going. It's still a little bit fast paced. So I try to do that more. And so I feel like I just have plot points along the way when I start. And I don't have them all written out because I get bored if I do that. So I just know I need to get from A to B to C to D, and then I figure it out in between what's going to make the most sense. And Joe will tell you, like in To Be a Fey Rogue, she came back and she was like, "Oh, Trish, the first 10 chapters is boring." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Because I mean, it was only 20 chapters long, And so I had to go back and really put in more action. Um, and then I don't think I'll make that mistake ever again.
I'm sorry.
No, I need somebody to tell me the truth, right? So, yeah.
She probably wanted to throttle me right about that. She was like, what?
Well, I was like, how did this happen? Because I'm usually like so fast paced and action
Yes.
driven, but the book was kind of a different sort of, it was a low point in the series, I think. So it was had to be different.